Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome to Livin Proof.
Living Proof. I like that name.
Yeah, it comes from.
I know where it comes from. Let them know where it comes from.
You tell us.
I mean, once upon a time there was a group called Gangstar. You know what I'm saying?
Uh huh.
You know, and there's a guy named DJ Premier. You know what I'm saying? And one of his best produced albums was Group Home. And then a famous, well-known single off that was called
Yeah.
Yo, let me interview you, son.
That would be dope. That would be a change of pace. So shout out to Middle East, the DJ. He came up.
Yo, why are you called Middle East? This turned into me interviewing.
Yeah, he should be here.
Why are you called Middle East? You know, when I first met you, I should have asked you that, but I didn't. Hold on.
The world is good and bad, left and right. So the whole mind is conflict, and the Middle East is known for conflict. So that's why DJ Middle East. And my dad used to work at a building called All East back in the 90s. So yeah, it just came organically.
The sun, the middle.
So you're saying us in the Middle East, we're wild animals? That's what you're saying? We just wild out? Is that what you... Can I curse?
I was like,
fuck. No, I'm kidding. That's actually an interesting name. Yeah, man. So we start the interview now. Sorry, I messed up your whole intro and everything.
It's all good. We don't do interviews. Even I call them out-of-views because it's not like there's no hierarchy. It's all about expression because the whole idea of this show was to create something where artists can have artist-to-artist conversations.
Discussion, right.
Yeah, rather than, I'm bringing you to my platform. It's more like I want to even learn from you. And
wow.
Okay. Yeah, so Livin Proof, the whole concept is that it's in a living room also, and it's a proof.
Aha!
Yeah. We're in a living room, and we have there's vinyl in there if you want to go check. It's all the vibe, like we can condense it to a very aesthetic, I'd say.
I like it. It's as soon as I walked in here, it was it's a very homey feel, you know what I'm saying? Decorum, please. Decorum back there. Unless y'all getting on camera. You know what I'm saying? Because the camera's open. You want to get on camera, then you can talk.
Yeah.
Nah, but yeah, it's a real warm home feel, you know what I'm saying? And then I walked in, I smelled the food cooking. My man's burning down one over there, you know what I'm saying? Offered me some, you know what I'm saying? Thank you. No thank you. But, you know what I'm saying? He didn't even know me. He just came and offered me the joint, you know what I mean? I was like,
hospitality.
All right. That's hospitality, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So Mazzi, man.
Yeah.
Welcome to Kenya and Nairobi. Is this your first time here?
It's my third.
Your third time?
Yeah.
Oh. I saw in an interview somewhere you talked about doing a laptop thing. Was it like...
Yeah. Okay, so I'm glad you asked that. I just released about not too long ago, maybe like a month ago, not even. I released the EP with my boy Tak. Tak is from Dubai. He's a real talented MC out there. And we released the EP called S.O.U.L Broke Forever. It's out now. It's my latest project with him. Yeah, so every album I put out, 100% of it goes to a charity. So amazing. This one, because I visited a school in Nairobi, a special needs school called the KCCL, I was like, okay, this is fresh in my mind. I want to work with them. I spoke to the principal, so I told Tak, yo, let's, put all the proceeds of this album or this EP to that. So not only did they need money, but they also asked for laptops. It's been an uphill struggle with the laptops, though. We're slowly raising money from the album sales and streams, but the laptops are hard. I don't know, people just ain't... Maybe I'm doing it wrong. I don't know. Maybe I'm not promoting it correctly with the laptop thing. You know what I'm saying? So, but anyway, the KCCL, shout out to Nafsi Huru. He brought me out there and introduced me to the principal, and I sat down, saw the school, and all that stuff. So we're working right now, presently, as we speak, to raise money for them through our album sales and streams.
That's amazing. I'm so that's one of the, it's very rare to find an MC who has a philanthropic side to them, or who does what you're doing as a full capacity, as an all-rounded, like having more than just I'm just a rapper.
Right.
You have all this extension. So where do you pull that like strength or that worldview that enables you to do all these things that you're doing, moving around the world, connecting with different people?
Well, part of it is being in the diaspora, so like I'm originally from the Middle East. I was I was born there, and then I came to America when I was a baby, raised, but also raised with Eastern culture, you know what I'm saying? And religious background was different. So it's like you have the culture and religion from there. You have the environment of the U.S. or New York City and the surrounding areas. So it was a nice little mix. So you have that. You have the poverty that you see in the New York City area, and the growing up broke and in low budget environments, and you notice that. And then my traveling, I traveled to many countries. So then you see, all right, there's a hood everywhere. There's underlying factors everywhere. Some slums are way worse than others, but still there's an underlying factor. There's a parallel with all of them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so those things, that was my upbringing. You know what I'm saying? And then I always did philanthropic work with my music, but never fully. I just did it, here and there. We did, concerts, we did shows, we did benefits. But then it got to a point where I was getting sick and tired of the rat race of the artists. Oh, how many did I sell? Oh, what did I do? So I was like, you know what? Music has to always be fun first. You know what I'm saying? So to reinvigorate, I'm glad I came up with the concept of just donating 100% of every project to different charities, because it reinvigorated my creative side. My creative juices started flowing again. You know what I'm saying? So it helps me creatively as much as I am able to help it. You know what I mean? So yeah, and you see stuff and you want to I never know if I'm going to be a millionaire. So I'd rather give on the way up than wait until when and if I make a bunch of money and then be like, all right, here. And plus, I don't work with big NGOs or big organizations. I go to the ground and I sit with the people and I talk to these organizations and whoever we're dealing with. You know what I'm saying? In schools and villages or whatever we're dealing with. And I'm on the ground. And when we make the money, I put it in their hands. You know what I'm saying? That's how we do it. Or whatever we're doing, we put it in their hands. So, yeah, man. If we're dealing with the kids, we go to the kids.
That's amazing.
We don't put it we don't put the money in the mail and just send the check. So, but I mean, shout out to those who do it.
Yeah.
That's just not how I do it. And shout out to every artist who's chasing their dream and their career. You don't have to do what I do. This is just my path. I'm not passing judgment or being self-righteous. Like, God bless everything you're doing. There's things other artists, including yourself, are doing right that I'm doing wrong, and I need to learn from y'all. So, it's all a learning process.
That's true. So also, I like the soul purpose and an extension of your name, and it's written like an acronym. I've never.
Yeah, it's S.O.U.L. purpose.
Yeah.
So it's sense of understanding life's purpose.
Ooh.
Yeah. And everybody who helps me in any way, I call it the biggest crew in hip hop, because anybody who helps me in any way is part of the crew. So without you guys knowing it, all you guys are in soul purpose right now. You're in my group. Whether you like it or not.
We ain't soul purpose. Livin Proof just got.
Yeah,
That's
man.
amazing.
Extension.
That's amazing. So apart from as an MC as well, I'm also curious about writing, the writing aspect of rap, and how you were influenced. Is it also the culture of struggle in hip hop, the culture of connecting the things that makes us human is always there in hip hop? Is that what drew you also to hip hop, or did you just want to rap, or did you start as a b-boy or a graffiti artist or something?
Well, here's the thing.
Yeah.
This is a good question, because for people who I'll get to the rap thing in a minute, but as far as hip hop goes, I wasn't introduced to hip hop. You know, a lot of artists like, oh, when did you get introduced? No, I'm from there. Like, this is where it started. Like, as far back as I can remember, it was there. There was graffiti. There was music playing. There was people dancing in the streets from when I was dumb young. You know what I'm saying? So like, it was everywhere. Like, it was just part of the fiber of my society. So I was never introduced. It was just ingrained in us. You know what I'm saying? In fact, if you want, you have to work harder to get away from it than work to get introduced to it, you know, or to learn it. It was just there all in your face. So that's that. And as far as the elements of hip hop, I started I always drew, but my can game is horrible. My spray can game is horrible. I'm a toy. My crew is tight. TCK, they're from New York.
Shout out to TCK.
Yeah, so yeah, word. And then I danced at a very young age, and I started off as a dancer and continued actually as a dancer while I was emceeing too. And then the third element was me getting into writing rhymes, and you know, it just started off just like writing little cute raps and freestyling on your porch with your boys or whatever. And then, you know, and then it developed more and more and more and more. You know,
what some of your early influences, MCs? I'm seeing MF Doom. Is he part of that?
No, I mean, I respect MF Doom, and this is a free shirt, so. But nah, you know, shout out to MF Doom. The way he attacks records, and the way he writes is very ill. So shout out to him. But no, some of my early influences, as far as me writing, as far as me being a fan is different. But as far as me writing, was Kane for sure, Big Daddy Kane. And then Brand Nubian. Brand Nubian is the reason my pen moved. The reason I really started taking serious, you know, my writing seriously. And till this day, they are the blueprint and mold of what I do on paper. Especially Grand Poobah and Sadat X. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Lord Jamar. Lord Jamar is ill, and he's a very expressive MC and outspoken, and a good producer too, by the way. But Sadat and Poobah, yeah, bro, ahead of their time.
I agree.
Till this day, I study them, like, and you know, I'm just happy, like, I'm actually cool with Sadat. You know, shout out to Sadat X. I met Poobah a bunch of times, spoke to him a bunch of times, but like, you know what I'm saying? It's just ill. Like, you grew up listening to these dudes, and then like you're able to have conversations with them. You know what I'm saying? And I did a record with Sadat, still never came out because I keep ripping my verse and writing it again. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, he killed it. But you know, the record will come out one day.
I saw he evolved to a wine taster or something. Sadat X, like he tastes wines around the world. He tastes wine.
Him and my boy Will Tell do a show called Wine Connoisseurs.
Yeah, I saw that.
And then they actually have their own line of wine. So like, yeah, shout out to Will Tell. Will Tell is actually a very dope producer too. You know what I mean? I known Will Tell for years because we came up in the New York independent scene together. Like, I'm talking like, he came up with us in the era of like, you know, Mos Def, Kweli, Dead Prez, that whole era. Like, Will Tell was there. You know what I'm saying? Man, he's a talented dude, bro.
Yeah. In connection with that, do you have like one of your realest, not even real, like a verse that you feel you connect with from yourself, a 16, an 8, a 24 that you could share with the Livin Proof fans? Just acapellas.
I'll tell you the backstory of this. I'm originally from Jersey City, New Jersey, and those who don't know, Jersey City is in the tri-state area. They call part of Connecticut. They say Connecticut, New Jersey, and New York, but really the real metropolitan tri-state is the bottom half of Connecticut, the northern east part of Jersey, and then New York City proper, right? So that's the tri-state metropolitan kind of area. So Jersey City is on the border of Manhattan, so literally it's a 7-minute depending on where you are, between 7 minutes and 15-minute drive, 10-minute train. So it's like right there, you know what I mean? But so people who are from there, we had the best of both worlds. I was in New York every single day. I mean, I lived in New York as well for double-digit years. Like I live in Manhattan now. I lived in Queens. I lived in Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? But Jersey City is where I was raised. So being from Jersey, you was in the shadow of New York. Even though you were right there, you're still in the shadow of New York. So you always had to come extra hard. So, one of the people I always looked up to was Tretch from Naughty by Nature. Also an influence of mine. You know what I mean? And Tretch was fucking amazing, bro. The way Tretch used to write. Like, we want to get into writing styles. Like, we could get into writing styles. Tretch was a beast. So he had this song, man. The song was crazy. Uptown Anthem. I don't know if y'all remember that shit, but and Uptown Anthem was so ill in its time that people were like in Newark, New Jersey, and East Orange. Newark and East Orange were fucked up in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? They still have some bad parts now, but they were like there's some places here that I saw that reminded me of that. You know what I mean? So when Uptown Anthem used to come on, people used to like take their hats off and like salute and like stop, and like that's how powerful that song was. You know what I mean? So that song, and then Everything's Gonna Be Alright, Ghetto Bastard, also by Naughty by Nature. Those two songs really like put a lot of songs by Naughty, but those two songs really hit home with me. You know what I'm saying? And then when I wrote this verse, it was like an ode paying homage to those two verses, to those two songs, especially Ghetto Bastard, because Tretch kind of touches metaphorically on what I did in this verse. You know what I'm saying? So I guess you want to hear the verse, right? All right.
Yeah, sure.
All right. It's one of my favorite verses too. So here you go. Witness the fitness of pitching started in kitchens, the bake split in precision, division, vision, persistent with cake, started with a workforce, burn the city up, told you I'm a workhorse, from the giddy up, stronger arm at ya, pot of palm slap ya, nuts, bolts, screws loose, started long after I was raised on a back block, put it on Front Street, Broken Dream Boulevard, scar where the thugs meet, get much fame over in stick up lane, where's Take It Easy Drive, there's no such thing, check gotta have Ave where there's so much fiends, that corner is common for copping so much things, I'm just a tour guide from the poor side where the pork fried rice clogs arteries for cheap, selling more lies. Oh, we buying less truth, losing by a lot. I've been to many places, but never to writer's block. Woo. You know what I'm saying? So if you listen to this, and then you go to Ghetto Bastard, Tretch kind of metaphorically hits those shits too. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, those. Now listen to this and go back and listen to those two songs. You see what I'm talking about?
Wow. So because I know you have a flight, and I could have talked about so much more. But do you feel like the power of words is losing its force in hip hop? Like, you see how words, like for me as well, words brought me and pulled me in some way or another is to writing. So how do you feel words, or even as you were doing your philanthropic stuff, do you use hip hop also to convey a certain essence of what you're about?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. It's like on one end, sometimes I listen to music and I'm like, damn, man, I know they wrote this shit in 10 minutes, bro.
Yeah.
Like, why am I intricately trying to come with double and triple entendres and like this and fuck your head up, and why?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then sometimes I'll put out music and I'm like, damn, I bodied that shit, but damn, they're not gonna give a fuck. You know, so like, but I have to, and I've stopped, and I have to even stop myself even more sometimes to think like that. Because the worst thing to do is worry about what other people are doing and then let it influence what you're doing. What you eat doesn't make me shit. You know what I'm saying? So who cares if 5 people heard your shit? If those 5 people connected with you. Yo, this dude came up to me one time and was like, yo, thank you, man. Your album got me through my road trip. And I was thinking of committing suicide before that. but thank you. You know what I'm saying? Like shit like that. So like shit like that keeps me going. One time I was in a party, and is another example. I was in a party, and large professor comes up to me and smacks my hand with a pound and is like, yo, your album is dope, son, and then walks away. I'm like, God, what? Wow. But I forgot that I gave him my shit. I forgot I gave him my CD. And then he just what? But like I connected with him. You know what I'm saying? That's large professor, bro. Like that's like an icon. You know what I mean? So things like that keep me going. I'm like, don't worry if the masses don't hear it. Don't worry if this guy's doing bubblegum plinky plonky shit. You know what I'm saying? Who cares? Like just do, and there will be there's a market for chocolate covered ants. If there's a market for that, your shit will be marketed somehow. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah.
You get it? That's
just artists just gotta, man, just don't get discouraged. Keep writing, bro. Like I don't stop writing. I write every single day. I don't care if it's a word. I don't care if it's a concept. I write every day.
All day. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna keep my blades sharp. My blades I make sure they're sharp. So yeah, just don't get discouraged. That's keep learning. Always remember we're students. The moment you think you're not a student is when you fucked up. So yeah, that's my little tidbit advice.
Is bone, man. I was gonna ask you to share some advice, but you laid it up. That was some telepathic shit, but it's cool. You can just close it up and be like, "How's your Nairobi experience this time round? Livin Proof experience."
Livin Proof experience is dope because we just kick back. The smell of whatever food back there is amazing. I wish we had. I heard this OG told me once in the 70s they had these movie theaters where some of the movies you could like smell what's like, they would let out some smells on certain parts of movies. They should start doing it. But then nowadays people are so like antsy, they'll probably like protest outside and say it's air pollution or some shit. But but I wish that people on YouTube could smell what we smelling right now.
We had an artist here some time back, and he said,
I literally want you to smell the music when you hear it.
So he was going to infuse it with specific frequencies and sounds until...
Well, he's a trip.
I was like, that's dope. And he's into like health and vegan stuff. And he was like, he's going to find something that make that possible.
That's amazing. They do say that smell is the first thing that triggers your memory. Or like triggers your memory the strongest or fastest, some shit like that. But yeah, what are we talking about?
We're talking about Livin Proof experience.
So Livin Proof experience was amazing because I feel like I'm at home, like I could take a nap right now after this.
Yeah.
But also Kenya experience, Nairobi experience, very kind people, very hospitable. The food is dope, the music, the soul. First of all, if you want to have good music, you gotta have soul, and the soul here is deep. So that translates into the amazing music and incredible minds. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's a blessing. And the only complaint I have is Kenyan Airways. No, I mean traffic. We have it in New York, so it's whatever. But yo, Kenyan Airways, man, get your shit together. I don't know if they're your sponsor one day. I just fucked your sponsorship up.
They're not.
Yeah, gotta get their shit together, man.
You're not the fastest.
They got a white CEO. Like, I don't get it, man. Come on, man.
Did they lose your baggage or something?
Did they? I mean, where do I begin? That's a whole nother interview. I dissed them on some other interview too. I'm gonna keep this in Kenyan Airways though.
Okay, I hope you'll be back soon though.
Not with Kenyan Airways. I'll tell you that much.
Alright. It was amazing to have you, man.
Should I give them my socials?
Yeah, you
can write it on the bottom and shit.
You can give even any projects that you have.
Okay.
So that people can check them out.
So the project that's out right now is Mazzi and Tac, Mazzi and Tac, TAC. The name of it is Soul Broke Forever. It's an EP. 100% of the proceeds are going to the KCCL, a special needs children's school in Nairobi. It's out on all platforms. Check it out. The album before that, if you want to check out, that came out earlier this year, is The Check-In. It's Soul Purpose and Ritual Sounds presents The Check-In. Soul Purpose and Ritual Sounds. Ritual Media. Sorry. Ritual Media. But the thing is that I did in South Africa. So it's a collaborative album I did in South Africa. 50% of the beats came from America. 50% came from SA. And most of the artists were from SA. I recorded it there. 100% of the proceeds from that have gone to the Mandela Foundation and will continue to go. And it's going to go to the Children's Hospital specifically. And some of the producers that we had on that from the stateside is Evil D, 88 Keys, Buddha and Grands, Young Guru. I'm forgetting somebody. DJ Bizarro. So from the Beat Miners. So yeah, so check it out. That's out already. Them 2 projects are already out. And just know that, you know, anything you donate you're donating by streaming and purchasing the album, because you know it's going to the right causes. All right. And my Instagram is It's Mazzi, ITSMAZZI, or ITSMAZZI, right? Just get it right. Get it right. Oh, can I plug my YouTube channel since it's on YouTube?
Plug anything.
Yo, Soul Purpose TV.
Yeah.
Yo, my subscribership is dookie. Please help me out. I got like 5. No, I don't have 5, but I don't have a lot. So you know, just help me out, bro. Just press the subscribe button. With that's what everybody says on YouTube. Click the subscribe button.
We'll put everything down here, the description, everything.
Yeah, all right, thank you, man.
Thank you for coming through and having this amazing conversation.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, you honor me by being the first official guest of our magnificent experience. Welcome where you will never have to ask yourself, why shouldn't I have it all? You know, before there's nothing here. Well, nothing but wasted opportunity. This fabulous island was flawed by inefficiency, archaic thinking, and a subsequent lack of employment for the local population. But I have changed all that. Water, fire, earth, air. They are not only...